Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Aussie Starcraft as we bring you the final series of games from day 2 of MLG's Game On, an awesome online tournament that's been held in January. Now these two players have come a long way today to make it through this match. This is the finals match. The victor of this match will proceed through the round of 8. In the top right hand corner of Habitation Stations, our yellow Terran player, we have a Neeb. Now Neeb's the comeback kid of this tournament thus far. Had a very unfortunate group stage, wasn't able to secure a victory until he versed Noni in the losers match and managed to defeat Noni 2-0 to win his place here in the finals match, an opportunity to redeem himself and move on to the round of 8. As his opponent at the top left hand side, as our purple Protoss player, we have State. Now State had an excellent group stage, managing to go to win 2 of his games and play in the winners match against Suppy, where he was narrowly defeated 2-1, but does have this opportunity to verse Neeb for a chance to progress through into the round of 8. So both these players a lot on the line, wanting to progress their finals hopes here at MLG's Game On, and so we have another Protoss versus Terran game on our hands. Will State be able to take this series and progress the Protoss hopes here at MLG, or will Neeb take it and be the first Terran player through to the round of 8? Your guess is as good as mine. Let me know in the comments down below. Who are you cheering for in this game? Is it Neeb or State? Do we have more Protoss fans or Terran fans? I've always been a little bit curious what the breakdown in viewers is on the channel. I certainly know we have a lot of Zerg fans out there, and they'll be gunning for the Group C and D competitions, which have quite a lot of Zerg players in them. Certainly Group D has Scarlet, and I know a lot of people looking forward to see Scarlet play. She's been on top of her game lately, and who doesn't want to see Scarlet make it through into the finals? So we'll see what lays ahead of us, but for the time being the conflict is between Neeb and State, and it's going to be a Protoss vs Terran game here on Habitation Station, and really excited to see what these players decide to go for. We have a little bit of a duel between the scouting workers here, as Neeb decides to be a little bit of a pest. Normally it's the Protoss players blocking other people's expansion, but today it's Neeb trying to delay this Nexus as much as possible. Much to Neeb's chagrin, and not that he can actually know this, but there isn't actually enough resources there to throw down the Nexus just yet, so the SCV was risking his life unfortunately for nothing, but Neeb can't know that, and you know, you've got to admire his tenacity, trying to stop State from throwing down that expansion. Looks like State's going to get things underway straight away, over Stargate being constructed off to the right hand side of this main base. I imagine that'll be for some Oracle play, and looks like Neeb's gone for a fairly quick reactor, so there will be a few Marines coming out quite quickly, but the question is, will these Marines be decoyed out to the front to deal with Bob the Zealot, or will they be in a position to defend this mineral line? Neeb's not going to have a scan in place, so this Oracle could well catch Neeb by complete surprise, and we'll see how State's able to make this work. There it is, Oracle's going to be on its way. Imagine we'll see a chrono boost momentarily, and there it is, dropped on the Oracle. So Oracle is actually only about 20 seconds away from completion. 3 Marines are going to be here in the main base, ready to defend the mineral line, but an Oracle can in fact kill 3 Marines, so we'll see just how this measures up. The SCV Big Scout on the Stargate going to be seeing that produce, and going to see the Oracle moving out. I imagine we'll see those Marines move into a much tighter formation. We have 2 Widow Mines as well. Widow Mines absolutely great for dealing with Oracle harassment. We have 2 bases that Neeb has to defend, and it looks like Neeb will be trying to use these Marines to back up the mineral line in his main base. Have the Oracle here, Mothership Core as well, risking its life to try and do some damage here. Oracle having to be careful. There are 2 Widow Mines in play now, but some great Oracle control out of State's actually going to grab 2 kills and make a clean getaway there. going to be able to harass the natural expansion as well. This Mothership Core risking life and limb to try and assist the Oracle, and actually managing to make it out safely. So some tidy play from State. Unfortunately, State missing out on the Oracle here. There's two SCVs completely exposed. They would have been definitely a nice pickup. Marines now moving forward, moving back down to assist those. How will State play this? Will he decide to make another run for the main base? The Widow Mines are here, so it's certainly going to be a bold move to try and make a play for the main base. But there's actually a Viking here as well, so the Oracle's going to have to decide if discretion's the better part of valor. Widow Mine here is going to make life difficult as well. Few Marines going to be firing, but this daring Oracle pilot managing to make it out alive. Perhaps it's those extra set of eye looking things up on the helmet there, is managing to make his way safely around all the various threats that were there. I actually have some static defense in State's mineral line as well. I like that choice from State, just trying to secure the home base as well. Nexus is well and truly established down here. Mining gas going strong. Both guys has been harvested with 3. I imagine we'll see some rather decisive tech options out of State now. We do have a Twilight Council coming up, as well as the +1 armor, and +1 armor always a great choice versus Terran. We actually have Neeb coming in with a medevac drop here, trying to get a Widow Mine into the main base. Unfortunately for Neeb, that cannon in the mineral line is going to make life just a little bit difficult. These few Marines going to be causing a few problems, and we actually have the drop and the natural being tidied up here. Unfortunately, no. Nice pickup. Where's the Oracle? The Oracle with Envision is going to allow it to pick off those Widow Mines. So nice use of this Oracle. Made it out, and good thing State made the effort to keep that Oracle alive, as it was able to shut down that drop rather effectively. If we look at the units lost tab, is in fact more units lost for Neeb, and State now has his robotics facility online and the capacity to start working towards Immortals and Colossus tech if he so desires. Looks like it might actually be Templar Archives over Colossus, and having seen some of State's earlier storms, I gotta say I like the choice from State. He did land some amazing storms in the earlier games. If you haven't seen those, I suggest you take a bit of a look. Oracle actually threatening the mineral line, the marine production here, picking off a few unlucky Marines as they're being produced, and nice continual harassment from State with this Oracle control. He hasn't. Going to pick off the SCV and delay that constructing command center. The Viking going to give chase, but the Oracle post-patch certainly far too quick for the Viking. As you can see, the move speed of 4 compared to the Viking's move speed of 2. So the Oracle much quicker than the Viking. Going to be able to make its way clear and delay that command center for an extra 20 or 30 seconds. Neeb here looking to put some pressure on the medevac. Unfortunately, Blink not researched yet, in spite of the fact this Twilight Council's been up for quite some time. The Zealot Legs, however, is almost completed. That will certainly give State an edge in the coming fight. We have a Scouting Factory moving out from Neeb again. Going to keep an eye out for that pesky Oracle and any harassment plans that State may have. Neeb continuing to boost his production. We have upgrades on the way. +1/+1 underway for Neeb. The weapons almost finished. The armor just starting. And Neeb saying look in a great position this game. 3 bases have been completed. This Oracle continuing to risk life or limb. It's taken full damage on its shields. Can it make its way safely through the base yet again, forcing Neeb to pull his units back towards his main base? Neeb's main mineral are actually quite exposed. If State flies by this Widow Mine, though, it will be all over Red Rover, and unfortunately that Oracle making the deadly choice, and nice work from Neeb adapting, moving that Widow Mine to the same location the Oracle used last time. This mineral line was actually completely exposed. I can't see a single Widow Mine or anything in that lineup, so if the Oracle had come to town, it may have gotten another 5 or 6 worker kills. So nice work from Neeb. Bit of a gamble to move the Widow Mine, but did pay off. Picked off the Oracle. Looks like State's going to be mixing up with some Warp Prism Harass now. We have what looks like a Zealot and High Templar drop moving out, and that'll be an interesting choice in the main base. We have one missile turret, but certainly not enough to protect this entire platform. Is quite sizable. Large Protoss army moving out, trying to catch these Terran units out of position. They have just given up the high ground advantage, so State going to be muscling his way up here. High Templar do need to get in position though. Mothership Core going to be forced to throw down a Time Warp there, perhaps a little bit premature. Mothership Core going to be the get out of jail free card for the Protoss army. It's actually being left behind here out in the middle of the map, and how is State going to play? It's actually going to be picked off there, and that's a big loss for State, unfortunately. Going to have to rebuild that Mothership Core. No Photon Overcharge to defend these expansions. That's a very big oversight on State's part. This Marine force starting to look a little bit terrifying. Only a few Marauders in this composition. We have 6 total, but it looks like only 2 or 3 in this force. Only two Marauders, 2 Ghosts though, going to be very helpful against the High Templars. How far apart will State keep these? A lot of High Templar here now. It's 7 on the field. And this Marine composition could be in dire straits. Terrifying amount of Marines, but if he's not careful, the Storms will be more than enough to peel through this. A few snipes going down the High Templar. Big Storm on those Marines. They're going to be damaging the Medivacs as well. So a few Marines going down. These Marines committing here. Some big stim for the High Templar, moving down to try and storm on top of these Marines. But looks like Neeb's going to be forced back here. Medevac's in position to heal up these forces. Nice time off there. Can State land the storm? It looks like State's High Templars unfortunately just out of range there. Unable to capitalise on that great time warp. Looks like Neeb's going to stim forward and make a play for the natural expansion. Will State be able to stop this terrifying sledgehammer coming down on his natural? Big stim here, the potential to drop the main if he so desires. Lots of medevac support here. Good splits too as well, going to be reducing the damage those storms can do. Dispatching a Zealot to try and remove these Marines that are threatening the High Templar. Big Storm actually doing more damage to the Zealots there than these opposing Marines. Nice storms there, going to be doing a lot of damage there. And continuing to force these Marines and Marauders back as State lands storm after storm. Unfortunately, there's not enough to delay these Marines and Marauders as they're pressing forward. Big sandwich action going with these Zealots. Pincer move from the ramp. Neeb may well be forced to pick up and evacuate here. The Protoss army is starting to outnumber him. His reinforcements still are some distance away, as you can see them moving in to reinforce here. Protoss got to be careful they don't overextend. Both players seesawing back and forward on 150 supply. State desperately needing a few more High Templar in play. First Colossus is on the way. +3 weapons as well, almost completed. Blink as well, almost finished up. So he's going to provide a few strategic options for Neeb. No Vikings as of yet on the field, but certainly this Colossus essential to State's defense at the moment. Big Storm going down, doing great damage on those Marauders. Marauders trying to snipe any High Templars, but unfortunately it's actually not a good deal in the army composition at the moment. Nice EMP though did drop the shields on those Zealots, and both players desperately trying to jockey for position as best they can. Protoss army moving back and forth, scans going down to try and detect it. What will Neeb do? Will Neeb engage here? I don't know that he wants to engage the Colossi just yet. There is one Colossi in place, second one coming down. I don't know that this is the ideal opportunity for Neeb. Could really use a few more ghosts. Nice splits here, but these Zealots are pinning the units down for the Templar to storm directly on top, and it looks like the Protoss army is going to be able to force these units back. Charge coming off cooldown. These Zealots starting to slice through the Marines and Marauders, almost able to pincer that remaining force. Looks like the Protoss army did take some losses there as well. Both our players are within 1,000 resources of each other on 3 bases. Looks like Neeb will need to take another expansion. He's actually going to be moving up for the gold high yield expansion. That will provide a heavy surge of minerals and and gas if further reinforce his force. State likewise trying to secure his own. Vikings here now going to allow the Terran force to snipe these Colossi. Can the Vikings be sniped by the Blink Stalkers and Archons? Quite a lot of Archons being morphed, and we have 3 more Archons. That'll be a really heavy hammer blow on these Marine Marauder force. We're up to 5 Archons, so it's transitioned from a High Templar composition to a Charged Lot Archon composition, which is a nice decision against the bio of Neeb. The question is, can the Archons get the right angle to engage? There's a great concave for Neeb. State really shouldn't be trying to force his way through this angle. Nice Storm's going to be forcing those Marauders back, but there's just too much health on the Marauders. Storm's not doing quite enough damage. A Colossus is going to be backing these up and forcing Neeb back into the corner. But the reinforcements are substantial, coming down 4 Marauders, 7 Marines at a time, and looks like the Protoss are going to be forced back yet again. The State taking up a nice position here to threaten the high yield, doing a lot of damage to these workers. Marauders almost in position to cut them off. Got to be so careful here that State doesn't lose his Colossus. Is the only edge he has in this battle. High Templar now moving up, but not quite enough energy for Storm. Needs to buy time. State actually leaving the Colossus very exposed there. Got to be so careful. State's game plan hangs on a thread, but actually managing to kill a lot of workers at that high yield. The Colossus there getting a stack of those kills, 11 kills with that Colossus. And unfortunately for Neeb, he hasn't got any Vikings on the field yet, so these 2 Colossus are going to be doing a lot of damage here. We can see the extended thermal lances going to work. Big storm there on the top. Massive storms there, and Neeb's actually going to be forced to GG out of that game. So what a climatic end to that series. It was looking so good for Neeb, but unfortunately losing the Vikings in the earlier engagement, he had nothing there to keep the Colossi off his back. So Neeb actually going to fall in game number 1 to State. State takes a 1-0 lead in this series, best of 3. So State still having to take another victory in order to progress. Neeb still has an opportunity, but he is going to need to take the next 2 games in a row. So who will take this series? It's anyone's guess. Still a long way to go here in day 2 of MLG's Game On. Hope you guys are enjoying as much as I am. These games have just been absolutely phenomenal. State looking to be very strong in this tournament and in this series in general. I hope you guys take the opportunity to subscribe if you haven't subscribed thus far. We're looking forward to seeing you on the channel in future. We have so much more Game On action to follow this right up after the break, so take care guys, grab a drink, grab some popcorn. We got more MLG Game On coming up right after the break.